Hola, hola, hola. Who's with me? It's Pebbles. Hi, sweetie. How are you? It's Vincy Lou Who. How are you? Jackie should be in the house pretty soon, I think, too. She's bugging me earlier. Woo! Where did that come from? Pebbles, the girl on your. Hey, Nina. This should be good then. Hey, Pebbles, the girl on this cover has got a nice ass. She's rocking it. Kind of reminds me back in the day. Neener Beaner, how are you? You got your toys? I'm gonna do a little press play to that. I'm going to be watching you, Nina. She's very photogenic from the back. The first picture does better than the second picture of her. The second picture is a little too skinny for my taste, but hey. What do I know? Hot. I hope you use them then. We like hot, don't we, girls? All right. Y'all know when it comes to Pebbles, you go, and I'm reading the whole story tonight, so she gave me permission because it's a short story, so it may or may not last an hour. And if it lasts over an hour, I'll read over an hour. Oh. Woo! Excuse me. Oh my goodness, girls. How are we doing? Are we having a good day? Has it been a good day? I can't decide. I've been funky today. Not been bad, not been good. Double down. Can I share this? See if I can get it sideways. If I can put my glasses on. Hell yeah. All right. Can y'all see that? That might be the best spot without a glare. By the way, the dog belongs to Pebbles. That's her dog. Ooh, that's sexy. Mm-mm-mm. Damn. I want to play with her. Very, very hot. Yepers. Very good. Mm-mm-mm. His name is Gus. That's okay. Oh, awesome. That'll, ooh, yeah, that'll be great, Pebbles. All right, let's get started if I'm going to get this whole thing in tonight. So, we got a run with Charley. Look at that. See, there she is there. Look at that booty, Nina. Is that not a juicy ass on that girl? He ain't so bad himself either. You so bad, Pebbles. You are so bad. Okay, A Run with Charley, an erotic romance short story by Pebbles Lacasse. It's only 4 chapters long, y'all, so get ready. Chapter 1. This is the first sunny day in 2 weeks, and I'm taking advantage. My dog Charley is running beside me. It's moments like these that have my life's problem drifting away. Charley is approximately 5 years old. I don't know his breed, but he's tan colored and full of energy, which is why I like to take him along on my runs. I rescued him from a shelter. Actually, it's more like he rescued me from my stale life. I'm 36, never married, and haven't been on a decent date in ages. About a year ago, my best human friend, Chrissy, dragged me to the shelter to find a new cat for her barn. Her old mangy looking tabby had recently died, and she needed a replacement to maintain the mouse population that was quickly invading her property. While she talked to the sales lady, I wandered around to look at the other animals. I felt bad for how sad they looked in their cages. As I approached them, they would put on a huge show as a plea for my affection. This one dog with the name Charley scribbled on the cage's tag simply sat quietly in the middle of his pen and studied me. As I stood on the other side of the bars, doing the same to him, I wondered why I was unable to walk away from him. He slowly made his way toward the bars, but stopped just out of reach. He stared at me with the saddest eyes imaginable. He pulled at my heartstrings. I filled out the forms and brought him home that same day. Chrissy chose 2 fuzzy gray cats that were huddled together at the back of the cage. She said they were friends and didn't want to separate them. Charley is the best running partner anyone could ask for. Nina would have one too if she'd start running. I've had him for 3 years now, and our bond is unbreakable. On rare occasions, I've brought men home and introduced them to Charley, but the dog always growled at them. Turns out he's a good judge of character because they are all assholes. So now, before I date a man, they must get Charley's stamp of approval. So far, no one has passed his inspection. As we run down the path, I glance down at him, which is a huge mistake. I don't see the tree limb lying across the path. Charley does and hops over it without issue. Before I can react, my ankle hooks the branch and over I go. My arms take some of the brunt, but my right knee and shin are scraped and bleeding. Fuck! Charley, you're supposed to be my protector and alert me to danger. He ignores me and takes this opportunity for a much needed break. He sits beside me, panting without a care in the world. It's obvious you weren't a guide dog in your former life. Are you okay? A deep, sexy voice grabs my attention. I just got that urge. Vincey just wet herself when I did that. A deep, sexy voice grabs my attention. A sun kissed man with strong shoulders and thick thighs raps his. I think I just wet myself. wraps his large hand around my forearm, and pulls me to my feet with ease. Holy shit, he's built like a god. His strong pecs and abs are so tight, I could wash my clothes on them. A portion of his shirt is tucked into the waistband of his shorts, leaving the rest to drape over his right buttock. I find myself suddenly jealous of a t-shirt. I'm captivated by his chiseled face. The pain in my knee seems so distant. The stranger's eyes are bright blue with a look of concern weighing heavily on their shape. Those lips of his seem to beg to be kissed. His dark hair and beard are trimmed perfectly as if he just stepped out of a barber's chair. Um, yeah, I clear my throat. Yes, I'm fine. I babble like a teenager with a crush. He looks down at the smear of blood on my knee. He squats to better assess the damage. Charley slinks up beside him to get a sniff. I worry he might growl at the gorgeous stranger, or worse, nipping him in the man if the man attempts to touch my leg. Charley's very protective of me. The man reaches out and playfully pets my dog's head, and to my shock, Charley lets him. He's rubbing up against this guy's knee, begging for his attention. I'm dumbfounded, and gate I gaped and my gaped mouth proves it. You have a great dog here, he says. Charley flops on his back and stretches his legs wide for a belly rub. Who is this dog, and when did he take over Charley's body? The man rubs the dog's tummy and coos as if he were dealing with a baby and not a dog. He asks in a childish voice, What's your name, big guy? Careful, he bites. I mean, he usually bites. He's never this friendly. I shake my head in disbelief. Charley. His name is Charley. No, Charley won't bite me. He's my buddy. You're such a good boy. Yes, you are. Good boy. He speaks with a dog-friendly voice that doesn't suit the big man. He playfully scratches his tummy, and the dog's leg waves in the air in response. I found your tickle spot. Yes, I did. He glances at my knee before standing and revealing a mouthful of gleaming white teeth. He's several inches taller than me, which has him at about 6 feet. I'm taller than most women. My legs are thin, so I run to give them definition. I'm Randy, he says in a sexy voice that better suits his appearance. His hand pops up, so I slide mine into it. There's a tenderness in his grip, but a roughness about his skin. He's a man who works with his hands. After patiently waiting for me to respond, and I don't, he repeats himself. And you are? Oh, sorry. I'm Beverly. My friends call me Bev. I look down at my knee. I think I'll be okay. He releases my hand, but our gaze still holds. I wonder if he is also picturing us slamming together in a heated kiss, his hands grasping my ass while I wrap my legs around him. I clear my throat. Thank you, Randy, for your help. I don't want to keep you from your friend. I'm just going to walk home and take care of this. Randy's friend stands nearby, tossing a football from one hand to the other. He's equally attractive with dark hair, dark skin, and red shorts that hang low on his hips. So low that another inch further and he'll be showing off his package. I wish they would slip down. It's been just over 3 years since I've set hands on a cock, and it belonged to my last long-term boyfriend. We dated for 6 years when he suddenly decided he didn't want to advance our relationship by taking it to the next level, marriage. So I broke it off. Uh, I'm ready to settle down, but the pickings are slim. As the saying goes, a good man is hard to find. Ain't that the truth? How far do you live from here? I'll drive you. He points to a collection of care. Points to a collection of care in the parking lot. Collection of cars in the parking lot. No, thank you. I'm not getting in a car with a complete stranger, but thanks anyway. I looked down at my knee again. Besides, it stopped bleeding. I turned to walk away, but Charley is reluctant to leave the man's side. Instead, he squats his ass on the pavement and leans against Randy's muscular leg. But we're not strangers anymore. I'm Randy and you're Beverly. I'm hoping to earn the right to call you Bev. The man crouches and leans his head toward the content dog. Besides, this guy seems to love me, and dogs are good judges of character. How bad can I be? I'm sorry. I tug on the leash, but Charley refuses to budge. Charley! Randy stands and smiles. Damn, he's handsome. I desperately want this man. My sex is hot, demanding my attention. Shut up, vagina. He steps toward me and his blue eyes burn into mine. You said your friends call you Bev. I want to be your friend. To be honest, I would like to be so much more than just your friend. His eyes scan my body, but I can keep my hands to myself. I'm a gentleman and you're a damsel in distress. I'm sure you are, I say, and I tug the leash to no avail. He puts his hands on his hips, tilts his head, and sports a flirtatious smile as he can sense my sexual yearning. Come on, let me help you. He pats Charley's head. Your dog seems to want me to go. Let me drive you home. He holds two fingers up, suggesting he's swearing a Boy Scout oath. I promise to be on my best behavior. I flop my arms in defeat. Okay, fine, but what about your friend? He drove himself here and he can find his own damsel in distress. You were mine. I scoff. I'm yours? Yep, I got to you first, so you're mine. He shrugs while flashing a boyishly playful grin. He looks harmless, but so did Ted Bundy. I smirk. That's rather presumptuous of you, don't you think? I'm just staying positive. He stares at my mouth while licking his bottom lip seductively. I wonder if he's doing it on purpose to entice me. It's working. He whispers. Is it wrong to say that I really want to kiss you right now? I nearly leap into his arms, but somehow manage to maintain my dignity. I should show some feminine restraint, shouldn't I? My lips have a mind of their own, smiling at him as if taunting him to go for it. I blink several times, halting the flirtation. I look down at Charley, who's peering up at me with a blank stare. If we end up in a landfill somewhere, I'm going to be furious with you. I shrug my shoulders at Charley before leading the way to the parking lot. Randy throws his arms up playfully. All right, no kiss then. I'm a patient man. Give you just to give you a heads up. I will kiss you at some point, so be prepared. He's very confident, which is sexy, but perhaps a bit too conceited for my taste. Still, he's hot as hell, and I could use a good fuck. Holding out for the perfect Marion man is taking too damn long, and I'm horny. Don't count on it. I kiss back, hoping to put that pompous ass in his place, but secretly wish he would take me in his arms and kiss me like he owns me. Chapter 2. We arrive at a newer orange Jeep, absent its roof and doors. Randy lifts Charley onto the passenger seat and gently urges him into the back. My dog calmly obeys as if he's known this man his whole life. Randy stands back and nods when I hesitate, as if to reassure me it's safe to get in. I'm preoccupied, questioning the dog's ease around this man. Charley is perched on the seat, looking as if he sat there 1,000 times. I step up into the topless Jeep and sit. My eyes follow the chiseled man as he rounds the hood. I put on my belt while he gets behind the wheel and fires up the engine. Even though he's sweaty, the man's scent is alluring. Ready? He asked with a smile. For my impending death? Sure, today's a good day to die anyway. He chuckles. Where am I taking you? 874 Wilbur. It's 2 blocks past Oyster if you take Lano. We're quiet as he drives. When he stops at a corner with his face turned away to watch for a break in the traffic, I take a moment to admire his tanned chest without the risk of him catching me. As he breathes, his muscles flex and relax. It's entrancing. Do you like what you see? My eyes shoot up to see him grinning at me. I shake my head unconvincingly and cross my arms over my chest. I wasn't. I roll my eyes and shake my head. Shut up and drive. He pulls into my driveway behind my pickup truck and shuts off the engine. He quickly gets out of the Jeep with Charley hot on his heels, his tail wagging excitedly. I walk up to the door and fish my house key from the small pocket in the front of my knee-length yoga pants. Thank you, I say. I think I've got it from here. Beverly, can I get your number? I don't want to just drive away. He takes a breath and smiles while scrunching his face. I mean, you should give it to me for the sake of your dog. He and I are good friends now, and I'd like to come visit him again. As you explained earlier, he doesn't have many friends. You want my number so you can play with my dog? I unlock the door but don't open it. He hesitates. And to get to know you, of course. His ridiculous, overly exaggerated wink should have me walking away with a scoff, but it's his boyish charm and eyes that promise of wild sexual adventures has my tummy fluttering as I showed a bird, as if I swallowed a bird whole and it's trying to escape. I'm losing myself into his charms. My entire body quivers as a cool bead of sweat rolls down my spine. The dampness of my pussy is reason enough for me to give in to my natural desires. Fuck it, I whisper and rush toward him. Our lips press together while my hands clutch his waist. His thick fingers glide through my sweaty hair. He holds the back of my head, preventing me from pulling away from him. His excitement presses firmly against my crotch. I fucking want him. I need this. I'm not the type of woman to meet a man and immediately take him to my bed. Throughout my I'm not saying that. Throughout my whole dating life, I've adhered to a 3-date minimum before getting intimate with someone. So why did I just throw myself at this sexy stranger? Oh, because I haven't had a skin on skin contact for far too long, and he is the hottest man I think I've ever seen. His strong forearm wraps midway around my back and pulls me tighter against him. His fingers twist in my hair, grasping a thick wad. He pulls my head back and tenderly runs his puffy lips down my neck while breathing hot air along my prickling skin. My head spins and my knees nearly buckle. Come with me. I whisper. Mm-mm-mm. By the way, Nina triple booked herself, so she's kind of playing around with everybody tonight. Just so you know, that's why she's not running off the mouth. I'm missing Olivia too. And where the flip is Jackie? Randy follows Charley and me into the house. I take his hand and lead him straight to the bathroom. After smiling shyly, I lean into the shower and turn on the taps. Charley has made himself scarce. It would seem he doesn't feel a need to protect me from this seductive stranger. Maybe Charley can sense I'm in no danger. Hopefully Randy isn't a killer. Charley will attack and defend me to his death. I should hope. Before I can step into the tub, Randy grabs my waist, spins me around, and forces his lips onto mine. Our lips part, and his tongue delves deep in my mouth, exploring it like a starving man in search of a meal. My fingers find the hem of my shirt. I raise my arms, our lips part for only a second to allow him to yank my shirt over my head and toss it to the floor. My sports bra is quick to join it. I fuss with the tie on his shorts, desperate to get it undone. I want to see what surprise he has waiting for me. Our kiss intensifies after his hearty moan. He quickly drops his shorts and kicks them onto the building pile of discarding clothing. I want to see his cock, but his hand on the back of my head holds my lips hostage against his. My hands glide down his tight belly. Before they reach their intended target, he grabs my wrists, pulls them behind me, and holds them both captive in one hand. Oh, dude, damn it. He slips his thumb under the waistband of my pants, squats down, and quickly peels them and my panties down my legs. His hand rushes up along my inner thigh. His rough digits explore my slick pussy. Hey, 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 Jackie! You're just in time, sister of mine. I moan the instant he brushes along my aroused clitoris. We are both so sweaty. I really want us to take a shower before we play. His manly aroma is intoxicating, but a fresh body is always more pleasant. I'll look down, hoping to catch a glimpse of his cock, but the way he's standing doesn't allow me to see past his thick chest. Randy releases my hands, but grabs my hips as I attempt to step into the shower. He maneuvers me as if I'm weightless. He pins the front of my thighs against the sink and he grinds his groin on my ass. Through the mirror, his seductive gaze meets my shocked expression. He's aggressive and I'm not used to that. This, how he's acting is what so many women fantasize about, including me. He's so damn exquisite. His sexy, playful grin has my pussy tightening. I open the medicine cabinet, pull out a box of condoms. After fumbling frustratingly with the plastic wrap covering the box, he takes it from me, tears at the sealed package with his teeth while crushing it in his grip. It tears open and spills its contents into the sink. His eyes, expressive with naughty intention, never veer from mine as he rips into the condom package with his pearly white teeth. He doesn't look away to apply the condom, which impresses me. His hand finds its way into my hair. He urges my head forward, forcing me to bend over the sink. I lift onto my toes and lift my ass up high for easier access. I have no idea whether he has a tiny penis or a huge one. The buildup is intense. My whole body is shaking from the adrenaline rushing through my veins. Randy grips his manhood and presses it against my folds. I try to push back against him, but he grips my ass cheek, preventing me from forcing myself onto him. His grip is tight, but it's not what I consider to be painful. I don't feel a need to complain. Why isn't he burying himself into me? I meet eyes with him through the mirror. Randy is examining my reflection as if attempting to lock the image in his mind. I study him with the same intention. I'm waiting I'm waiting for you to tell me to fuck you. His voice is deep and commanding. Fuck me, Randy, I reply in a barely a whisper. He rams himself into me, not stopping until his pelvis presses firmly against my ass. He's huge. I wasn't expecting it. I figured he was hiding his cock from my eyes because he's tiny. Oh, I was so very wrong. A whimpered moan spills from between my parted lips. My knees weaken, but the sink maintains me. With one hand gripped in my hair and the other in a strong hold on my hip, he prevents me from moving. I'm not going anywhere. He holds himself in my depths, pressing my thighs against the cabinet. He lifts his gaze from my ass and looks at me with wicked intention. I'm going to fuck you hard and fast. Is that okay with you? I can only manage a near silent plea. I'm unable, I'm unable to get enough breath in my lungs to speak any louder. Yes, please. His devilish grin grows. My pussy twitches around his solid prick in anticipation of the hard and fast fucking he's promised. He gradually pulls his hips back. His stare burns into mine as he holds still. I'm about to beg when he thrusts into me with incredible force. His powerful thighs slam mine against the ledge of the sink. It's so violent, I may bear bruises tomorrow, and yet I want more of him. I can't wait to see what shade of purple will grace my skin as a reminder of this erotic moment until they eventually fade. He fucks me just as he said he would, hard and fast. His lips part to reveal clenched teeth with his thick chest muscles tensed in his barbaric expression. He looks to be more devil than human. As he fucks, his eyelids slowly close, covering those beautiful blue orbs of his. He watches my face through mirror slits. He's relentless, never pausing for even a second. How can this big guy be capable of keeping this accelerated pace for this long and not be winded? I can barely catch my breath and I'm barely moving. Yes, fuck, I cry out, me, hard. His body stiffens and my pussy grips his prick with vice like force, despite desperate to pull the delicious cock deeper inside me. I want to hold it prisoner forever. Good girl, come on my cock, he demands in a gruff voice. As I ride through my first orgasm, he growls much like a wild animal. My climax slowly eases, but I still want more. And I'm reading so fast and hard, and I'm getting dizzy here. He pulls back on my hair and I open my eyes. His sweaty chest is flexed and heaving. He jerks each time he drills himself into me. I blink, hoping to focus my eyes. His cheeks are flushed and tiny beads of sweat blanket his face. His essence screams carnal desire. Randy owns my pleasure. He takes a step back, taking me with him. His free hand slides down my tummy. I groan when his finger brushes my engorged clitoris. With the skills of an expert, he strokes my swollen button. Fuck, I pant. Yes! He steps forward, pinning his hand between me and the cabinet door. He rams into me with violent thrusts while his finger tenderly strokes my throbbing clit. The contrast between roughness and tenderness is mind numbing, earth shaking, and soul awakening. The world around me fades away. I can't feel the pounding of his body slamming into mine. All I know is how thick his cock feels and how the walls of my pussy throb around it. My screams carry me into the blackness that fills my mind. He pulls hard on my hair and fucks me with such intensity that he gives my cervix one hell of a beating, sending electrifying shockwaves throughout my body. Randy's massive cock fills me several more times as I ride the tail end of my climax. I open my eyes to see his handsome face distorted with a pained expression. His lips are pulled back to reveal clenched teeth, nostrils flared, and his eyes squeezed shut. He erupts with a prehistoric growl that has my whole body vibrating. His muscles flex and prevent him from moving under his own power. Spastic twitches force the air from his lungs in desperate whimpers. My hair falls free from his grasp when his heavy palm slowly trails down my spine to rest on my lower back. The other pulls free from between my legs and comes to rest alongside the other. He swallows purposefully and then clears his throat before opening his eyes. Our eyes meet through the steamed mirror. His smile grows but softening when his teeth bite down on his bottom lip as one last spasm ripples through him. That was fucking hot, he mutters as his hand strokes my ass with a gentle touch. I slowly stand and keep my back arched, hoping to hold his prick entombed inside my twitching pussy. My efforts are futile. He grunts when his withered cock slips free. My body instantly misses the invasion. I turn to face him and look into his exhausted, heavily lidded eyes. The sweat on his brow and flushing of his cheeks has him looking even more handsome. I break the silence. We should shower and then do this again. Perhaps in my bed this time. Chapter 4. He smiles and ushers me into the shower. Where did Charley disappear to? I don't know. I grin as the heated water flows over my face and drenches my hair. I'm shocked he didn't come running to rescue me from the brutal man who was making me scream. We switch positions. He tips his head back and runs his fingers through his hair. The water flows over the muscles that dress his exquisite body. It's strange that he didn't come see if I was being murdered. I squirt shampoo in my hand and rub it into my hair. Maybe I should go check on him. We switch positions and I rinse my hair. Randy takes the soap and lathers my body while I massage shampoo in his hair. My tummy flutters when my eyes meet his. You're so fucking beautiful, he whispers. I'm sure Charley's fine. Why would he come to your rescue? He likes me. We're pals for life. He let me pet his belly. In the canine world, that means he trusts me. You could say we've bonded over a belly rub. That's another thing that has me scratching my head. I shift positions with him so he can rinse the shampoo from his hair while I soak my body in the places he missed. I continue. When I first brought him home from the shelter, it took almost 2 weeks before he let me pet his belly. I had to earn his trust. Yeah, you walk up and he just falls over, offered it to you like he's known you his whole life. Are you a dog whisperer? He shakes his head. No, I'm just great with dogs. He dunks his head under the stream of hot water and then rubs the droplets from his face after his hair rinses clean. After he puddles conditioner in his palm, he tenderly massages it into my hair. I could get used to this pampering. He confesses. There's something about you that I can't put my finger on. I feel like I've known you forever, and yet I don't know you at all. His fingers massage my scalp wonderfully. How about after our shower, I raid your kitchen and cook you lunch? We can chat while we eat and regain your strength. My fingers glide up and down his abs and caress the layers of muscles that boast his core strength. If we still like each other after that, I'll take you to your bed and really show you a good time. That wasn't a good time. My pussy twitches. How much better can sex with this man get? He grins as his tongue glides over his bottom lip. That was fantastic, but I haven't had my fill of you. He pulls my body against his as we shift positions again. I tilt my head back to rinse the shampoo from my hair. Charley has always proven himself to be a great judge of character, I tell him. How so? He bit this one guy I brought home. I mean, not hard, like he didn't break the skin, but he let the guy know that he didn't approve of him. I cooked for him while Charley glared at him. Later, I thought the guy was ghosting me because he didn't call me when he said he would. A week later, I read online that he was arrested for domestic abuse. Yeah, he beat his wife. He had a wife. I tilt my head under the water again. Thank you, Charley. I run my fingers over my eyes to rub the water from my lashes. I open them and squint at Randy as if sizing him up. Since he's willing to share me with you, which is completely out of character, I won't shove you out the door. I smirk and wink. Just yet. I look forward to getting to know you and Charley better. He switches positions with me for one more rinse of his body. I watch the water flow over his strong body, down his legs, and finally swirl around his perfectly manicured toes. I find it strange that his feet are so well maintained. In my experience, men don't care for them as well as women often do. He follows my line of sight and shrugs. Yeah, I get pedicures. Call me a pansy if you will. I believe everyone should care for their feet. I bring up my hands and applaud him. You're right, and they look great. He smiles and looks down again and proudly admires his wiggling toes. His eyes meet mine. You should know that I never take injured women back to their homes and immediately have sex with them. I'm not a casual sex kind of guy. When I scoff, he vows, it's the truth. My friends think I'm sappy and nickname me Cindy. I'm more of the long term relationship type. If that scares you, I should probably go now before this gets complicated. I wonder if he's being honest with me or if this is just a line he uses with all of his flings. If it is, he's well practiced because I believe him. I just ended a 6-year relationship because he wouldn't commit, I confess. Stupid man, he whispers before he wraps his hand around the back of my neck and tenderly presses his lips to mine. Slowly, he steps back and brings me with him until both of our faces are under the very warm water. A loud, sharp squeak jolts both of us back to reality. Randy pulls the shower curtain back. Charley is sitting beside the tub with his favorite toy, Squeaky Squirrel. Squeaky Squirrel, Nina. Vincy, too, lies limply in the clutches of his jaw. He clamps down on the gray plushie and is immediately rewarded with a high-pitched squeal, which has his tail wagging with excitement. Randy goes to reach for it, but Charley leans out of his reach. He won't give it to you. He's had me locked in a never-ending game of keep away since he came to live with me. Is that so? He squats down in the tub and leans his face close to the dog. Hey, Charley, can I have that? He reaches toward the dog, palm up. Charley holds stiff while he assesses the man, pondering the idea of giving up his favorite stuffy. He shocks me when he drops the blue squirrel onto Randy's open palm. Whose dog did I bring home? Not mine. With a pat on the dog's head, he whispers, Good boy, go get it. He tosses the squirrel into the hallway. Charley claws at the slippery floor in an effort to chase. Oh, sure, Charley. What the hell? I'm shocked. Maybe he already knows something we don't. Like what? I ask. Like we shouldn't leave this as a one-time thing. I grasp his heavy cock in my hand and feel it swelling almost immediately. With a wave of my finger toward the sink, I say, Well, we'll eat lunch and then maybe we can do that again. After that, we can't claim this as a one time thing. After that, I'm taking you on a proper date. Just one date? I mean, Charley really likes you. We don't want it to break his little heart. His fingers brush my cheek while his eyes gaze dreamily into mine. Before he kisses me, he whispers, "Well, for the sake of the dog." The end. What y'all think? Thank you, Pebbles. Oh, I just love you. I just love you. I just love you. And that's my favorite one so far. My absolute favorite one. You need to build off that. There needs to be more Charlies. Runs with Charlies or more Charlies and Randys and Bevs. I love that one. I know, right? But it's Pebbles. You expect great, right? Eek! Hey, Bells was that book? Well, I know she does, don't she? Oh my gosh. Anybody got any big plans for the weekend? Nina, don't abandon your authors over there on their takeovers. Nina, meet Pebbles. Pebbles, meet Nina. You guys need to get together and work together. There, I just organized that. I give you my PA. Takeover Saturday. Oh, takeovers are so much not fun. No kids and you're hiding. You got anybody you're hiding with, Jackie? PA takeovers. Yeah, Nina's doing 2 right now as we're talking. Pebbles, you know I just love you and I want you to read. Well, is he the kind of dick you want to be calling? Yeah, you need a Randy. And then you need an outfit like that. You got one like that? Or maybe like that? What about that? I think I could just stare at that picture. I don't know. You guys know that I'm actually straight, right? But after reading some of these and seeing some of these women, I swear the older I get, the more to the other side I go. Hey, that's the kind of guy I want. Leave when I want you. I mean, come when I want you and leave when I'm done with you. I when I'm done with this one, yeah, that's my goal. It's my goal. I'm soloing it through life and I'll find somebody to I'll find me a friend or 2 with benefits and be done with it. Pebbles, you're so lucky. I can just tell that your guy loves you anyway. I mean, you just your demeanor. I mean, he's got to be a great guy. All right, ladies. I got a ball game to go in here and watch and pray and cry and everything. So everybody root for the Braves, please. All right. Love you girls. Have a great weekend and happy reading.